Hello guys, today we will be solving AdMaths O-Levels paper 11 of 2020. Let's get it. These are a few of the formulas we will be using in further questions. Question 1. Find the function of x. Let me open a pen. We have to find the function of x, which is simple. We will first find out the points that are given to us at the line of x-axis, which are 3 of these. Now we will make a small equation formula, not exactly a formula, I just put them in an equation. As you can see over here, this is the equation. Now we will see what is the point that is given to us at y-axis. This is the y-axis. This is the point that is given to us, which is x0, y5. Now if we multiply 2 with 1 with minus 5, we will be having minus 10. Now as you remember, our y is equal to 5. Now to make this minus 10 into 5, we will simply multiply it by minus 1 upon 2, to which we will have 5. Now if we have to do the same with the whole equation, we will simply multiply minus 1 upon 2 with the whole equation, which will simply give us the function of x. Question 2 is asking us to solve function of x under a simple limit. Now we will see the equation says that limit is smaller or equals to 0. Now we will simply see where the graph is going under the point of negative 0x. Remember, it is the x-axis. Now we will simply see, as you can see, it's going under over here. It's also going under from the x-axis over here. Now we will simply use these points and make a limit. You can see I've used the 2 points and I've made a limit. Now as over here, it's just a single point, it's not a double point or a limit, due to which I will just make a simple limit, as you can see over here. Question 2. Write down the period of this. Period, that means they are asking us time. Okay, now you simply use, as you can see, these both are almost same. I'll just replace the numerical figures with alphabets. Now if a is equal to 2, you can see over here, and c is equal to minus 1. Sorry, I forgot to place a minus 1 over here. Minus with the 1. And here you go. Minus 1. It's just a dot now. Don't worry. Now, we will simply find out b by using b. The value of b, which is 360 divided by b. We will simply divide 360 with the value of b, which is 1 upon 3, as you can see over here, that it is 1 upon 3 x. Now we will just forget the x, we will just use the value of b, to which we will be given 1080. Now remember to keep your calculator in the radian mode, because this is a question where we are simplifying it in radian mode. Now I will remind you in further questions where the calculator should be in radian mode. Question B. Now we have been given the equation of the curve and we have been given the limit. We simply have to make a table and we have to make 3. The radius of a circle is increasing at the rate, just a second, at a rate of 5 centimeters per second. Now we have been given the rate the radius of a circle is increasing at the rate of 5 centimeters. That means we know the radius is increasing at this rate, which is 5, and they have asked us to find the rate at which the area of circle is increasing, where r is 3. Now they have given us AR by dt, which is 5. We already know the formula of area, so we will simply do that. As you can see, I made this dA by dr by myself, as I remember the formula of area for a circle. Now I will simply make another equation to solve this. We have to find dA by dt. Now I will simply multiply dr by dt with dA by dr, due to which dr will be cancelled out and dA upon dt will be our answer. We already know the value of r, so we can simply use it over here. Now we have to keep in mind another point, that they have asked us to keep the answer in the terms of pi. That means we cannot solve this pi. We have to put the values of r, as you can see over here I have done it, but we cannot solve pi. As you know, simply some people just put the exact equation in their calculator and they intend to find out the answer, which is wrong in this case, which will be considered wrong in this case. You have to read your question thoroughly before solving it, especially in maths. Now the answer is this over here. Also remember, if a point is given to you where you have to write the answers, and if you don't write the answer in that point but you just show your working, then there 1 mark will be cancelled, as 1 mark is for answer and your answer which is written in the blank page will not be considered. It will only be considered if you write in the appropriate position. Us only to use the positive solution, so forget this part. We will only use this. As you can see, I have stopped over here. I have not gone further as it was negative. Now I will simplify this question into this form. You can also write it in the same denominator, but it's just a little simpler if you write it in this. Question 5. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve y is equal to this at the point where x is 1. Give your answer in the form of y is equal to mx plus c, where m and c are constant to 3 decimal places. Now remember, we have to this is a rule of maths, for especially for CIE, that we have to, if there is a situation where we have a lot of decimal places, that means for example 3.33333, there in such cases we only have to write the first 3 points on decimal places figures, and we have to round off the fourth. As you can see in this question, they have reminded us to only write the answer in 3 decimal places. Now we will simply rewrite the points where the information that is given to us in the question, to which it just makes a little easier for you to understand the question. If you write the information that is given to you, you can write it again, or you can just, or else you can just underline it in the question itself. You don't have to always write it. Now I have put in the values of x into the equation, as you can see over here, and after simplifying it we have y. Now we also have to find the gradient, as you can see over here, gradient. Now we have the x-axis, x point, we have y point, we also have the gradient. Now we can simply find out the constant, which is c, by simply putting the values in this formula. Sorry, that got out of control. we'll simply find out C, and after finding out C we will rewrite the equation without putting in the x values and y value. I found y-axis and y-x-axis. Question B. Part B. Part B. We have to find the coordinates of the point where the perpendicular bisector of the line meets y is equal to x. That means y will be equal to x. Now we already know the coordinates, two coordinates. We will simply find out the midpoint through the formula, and we will also find the gradient. First we will find out the gradient of line AB and the perpendicular bisector, and we will just simply put in the values. This is what we will get. We have to add all of the sides together, which is this, which means we have to add CD plus AB plus OA plus AC plus BD. As you can see, I have done the working over here. Show that this equation can also be written as this equation. Now we can simply cross multiply them. Over here we will cut the lines. This is what we have. Now again we have hence, that means we have to use the part of the previous answer, which can easily be seen. As you remember, this is much complicated version. You can simply use the less complicated version and then solve them like this. Part C. Now again we have to use the answer from the previous answer. Now we have this and this information. This is ln, and we also have the value of a. Now we will simply use the answer in the previous question. As you remember, this is what we got. Now we will put in the values and simply find out the value of a, which is this. Now this is the part where we will use the formulas from the second page again, and we have to remember the points in the question itself. That means they have given us second term, and we have to find the term 21st term of this progression, which is comparatively easy. We'll simply do this working and use the formulas on the first, second page, and we will have ourselves like part B. Part B asks us to find the common ratio. Progression. Part B, part 1 asks us to find radius in the terms of P. We can easily do that using the formula on the second page. As you can see, I have shown my working over here. Now we will go to the next part. Hence, that means we have to use the answer from the previous question. Hence find in terms of P the sum and infinity of the progression. Again we will use the formula from the previous question, and we will solve it. As you can see, I have shown my working here. Part 3. Given that the sum of infinity is 81, find the value of P. We can again use the answer from the previous question, and we will again do the same. And as you can see, my working over here, it clearly shows that I have the value of P. Question 10. question then ask me to show that this equation is equal to this equation. Now again we will cross multiply and we will use as you remember that the formula of tan squared theta is sec squared theta minus 1, which means that we can easily put this 2 is the power of 1. Now we can easily go from this equation to this equation. And now if you remember that tan squared 1 upon tan squared theta is cot squared theta, which means you will simply multiply by 2 again, hence means that we have to use the answer from previous question and solve this equation. Now we will solve that by using the tan graph, if you remember. Now we have to keep one thing in mind, that the limit is also shown, which is minus 90 till 90. So we cancel out every point that is above 90 or smaller than minus 90, finding which we will have our answer, as you can see over here. Part B. Now this is also comparatively easier, as we have to solve this part, as you can see my working is shown over here. Now we will simply use the graph of sine and we will again solve it like this. This time we have been also given the limit, which is 0 to 2 pi. In radians that means from 0 to 360. Anything above which or lower than 0 will be cancelled out. Question 11. This curve has a gradient, this at a point this. That means if you remember, we can write this into this, which makes the equation easier for us to solve. Now we will simply go further, simplifying it, and first of all we will find the value of c constant, then we will write it again without the unknown c constant. As you can see, I have done my work here. I have simplified it further. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and like